What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 2 of my Toronto Maple Leafs franchise mode series. I'm going to try and upload episodes for this series a bit more frequently than I did for Chicago. If you guys missed the last episode and you don't feel like watching it, I'll update you on what happened. The Stanley Cup Champions, the Buffalo Sabres, in-game, like Taylor Hall and Jack Eichel, that duo just goes off. We did make the playoffs. Unfortunately, though, we were actually a first-round exit, I believe, to the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, we're coming back at it this year. I'm pretty optimistic. We have a couple of veterans on the team who have never won a Stanley Cup. I'm hoping we can win it for them. Bobby Brink, we made a really nice trade for. I see he grew from a 68 to an 83 in 1 year, which is insane. He's got really good shooting, hands. Defensive awareness is kind of crap. Physical is weird. He's got 99 durability somehow. It like jumped up from 85. Offensive awareness even isn't that high, but like his skating, shooting, hands, the most important things are really good. Playing with Matthews and Marner on that first line, I'm hoping all three of those guys can play well, even with the zero chemistry. You got Hoffman playing with Tavares and Nylander on the second line, getting a +3. Hyman, Engvall, and Mikheyev on the third line. Then you have Marla, Thornton, and Malgin on the fourth line. Those are the two vets I was talking about. Thornton and Marla reunited. I was thinking about putting Marla with his sons on the first line. It was actually all lines that would get +1 or better, but Bobby Brink is 20, Marla's 42. This is probably Marla's last year before he retires. I feel like it's better to try and, boost Brink's rating. Defensively, Riley, Muzzin's the top pairs. They get +3. You got Liljegren, Sandin on the second pair, Dermott and Hole on the bottom pair. So we're going quite young for defense, but I think it's going to work out. Goaltending-wise, Anderson won the Vezina last year, so had to re-sign him. Hutchinson's back in Mount. We traded away Campbell. Show you guys the special teams here. I think the first unit, obviously, just our 5 best players. Second unit looks pretty good. 4-man power play doesn't look too bad. The first PK unit gets a +5, which is awesome. The 3-man, no negative, and that's good. A lot of times it gets one. AHL-wise, everything's +1 or better. Rodion Amirov, I'll look forward to him breaking through. You got Robertson there. Second line center on +3 with Korshkov and Anderson. So I hope that helps his growth out. Defensively, we got Hinola down there. We'll see. Goalies, Joseph Wool's starter, 79. Well, Patty we just drafted. Medium elite, 47 overall. But I feel like the only way for those really low elite goalies you draft or grow are from playing. So we'll see if it works. I guess I'll show you guys the offense, defense, goaltending ratings next. For captaincy, I haven't made any changes. So Tampa Bay, the team that knocked us out. Let's see how we match it with them, although it's preseason, it's not going to really be the same. 97 offense, that's unreal. 91 D, 87 goaltending. So, like I was saying, pretty optimistic about this year. If we play well, we're going to have to make any moves to the deadline, but if we're not looking like a for sure playoff team, definitely we'll have to make a trade. Also, guys, one thing I wanted to show you here before we start streaming, just out of curiosity, I was checking out the record books, so you can see who on the team currently holds the record, and then who the all-time record holder is. So points is actually Marner, not Matthews. And I think it's just because Matthews has gotten injured a bit more. In terms of the all-time records, if we go 10 seasons, Marner maybe, or Matthews could catch Sundin. We're not going to be able to catch the seasons for sure with Riley there. Assists, probably not. Now for the goalie ones, Anderson, if he does amazing and he stays with us the whole thing, he could actually break Broda's shutout record. Even his wins, like he's already halfway. 9 years, if he gets, say, 40 wins a year, that's right there. That's more than enough. So yeah, if he stays with us, he could definitely get the wins. Goals even. Matthews is already about halfway to beating Sundin. 209 years. He could definitely do it. As 210 years, it'd be 20 goals a year. So I feel like Matthews definitely averages more than 20 goals a year. So if they can beat any of those records, I think that'd be pretty cool. Just got a big trade offer here from the Calgary Flames. Want to give us Tanev and a 3rd round pick for Amirov and Anderson. Amirov, one of our top prospects. I'm going to hold on to him. Tanev, I don't think we need. Again, we have a really good, or at least an up-and-coming young D-core. So we're 20-18-2 here at the end of December. Not quite as good as I was hoping. Not terrible either. I think we're like fighting for a wild card spot. Yeah, we're currently tied with the Sabres there for the 3rd spot in the division. Only a win back of the Panthers. And we have a game in hand. Both wild card spots are currently actually in the Metro. Bruins, even the Bruins, first in the division, only 3 points ahead of us. The Metros, the Devils are doing unreal. Marner, basically a point per game. So yeah, we're not doing as good as we'd hoped, but luckily everyone else is doing like pretty mediocre as well. So I feel like there's no reason to panic quite yet. Alright guys, we're at the deadline here with a record of 35, 24, and 3. So we started playing some pretty good hockey the last couple months. We've actually won 8 of our last 9 games. 1 point back the division lead there with the Panthers, and I think still have a game in hand. So really could easily end up being the division leaders. Matthews is actually leading scorer now, just under point per game, 24 goals, 37 assists. So we'll get to the deadline here, see what's on the trading block. Again, I think our team's pretty strong. I would really love to, finally get Marla and Thornton their first ever Stanley Cup. So really hoping to come through for them. And looking at the 10 top players of the trade deadline, Sean Couturier, the current Selke winner. I wouldn't mind bringing him in third line center, that would just give us the best centers in the league. Matthews, Tavares, Couturier, Thornton, are you kidding me? Taves is also there, pretty expensive though. Couturier is only making 4.3. Getzlaf, I mean, if they retain 50%, we could actually bring in Getzlaf for the third line center. At 50%, he's cheaper than Couturier. It's a rental anyway. The value there, we could definitely get him for a lot less assets. Ristolainen even isn't that high value. You could bring him in. Ryan Suter there, 4 years left though at 7.5. Don't really like that. Olofsson, don't really need another winger. Fleury, we have Anderson. Pollock, that's actually not that high value. Same with Orlov. Even Nick Leddy. Okay, so I'm thinking we try and get Getzlaf at 50%, and then we try and bring in one of these defensemen. I'm not sure how we can make it work with the cap, but I'll give it a try. Alright guys, so here's the offer making Detroit for Getzlaf at 50%. Malgin, who they want, and a couple second rounders. Again, if you don't win the cup, you can look back and say it's a bad trade, but if you do, it's worth it. We'll see what they say here. Trade's accepted. Okay, so I like that trade for us. I think it's a bit pricey, but hopefully it was worth it. I actually wanted to show my fellow Detroit fans just how good the Red Wings look like a year and a half later. Larkin's obviously still on the team. Raymond's now at 88, Zadina 86. Autry Ratu they drafted. Also got this Lundstrom guy, elite potential. Stole him in the 5th round. They traded for Nick Suzuki as well. Still have Sider, Velina Mantha. Looking pretty good. And next year guys trying to get Nick Leddy from the Islanders. He's got a bit less value than Pollock, so I feel like we just have a better chance to land him. Obviously on the block, 84 overall, just helps our D-core. He'll be on the second pair, offering up Albin Grew here, who we actually signed for free, and then a 4th round pick, 2024. It's pretty equal, and I think the Islanders said they wanted a top forward prospect for Leddy, so maybe they like this. Wow, there we go. Okay, so I would say we're done now at the deadline. I feel like we just added a couple of really nice pieces to the team. Hopefully it was worth it. Alright guys, we're at the end of the trade deadline now. I saw Jonathan Toews got traded, so curious to see what that deal's like. Detroit actually dealt Stetcher, a 3rd McGinn here for a prospect and a 4th. There's our trade, Raphael Lavoie, and a 3rd who goes to Washington. Edmonton brings Justin Schultz back. Lassie Thompson and a goalie goes to Detroit. Ottawa gets a couple picks and a Mesnikov. Detroit gets Edmondson there for a couple picks. Winnipeg gets Abramov for Jarmelson. Ottawa got Jonathan Toews and Kubelik from Chicago. Wow. Chicago got a 1st round pick, Rosen and Sawgard. Of course, they're in our division, so we gotta go up against Toews now. Washington got a 1st round pick from the Devils for Dylan, 3rd round pick, and Forbert. They also got Dario Tensev there for Orlov and Miller. Rangers make a big splash. They get Olofsson and Ristolainen, 2 guys on the block for Buffalo, in exchange for 2 1st round picks and a couple more pieces. That's crazy. And then Oli Mata there goes to Florida, as well as Cal Peterson. So they get a decent, young-ish goalie. He's probably like 25, 26 at this point. Pretty crazy deadline, I'd say. And Alexiak's on waivers. How good is he? 80 overall, 29 years old. Ooh, $2 million though. He is huge, but I think we'll need that money. So after those 2 trades, guys, here's an update look at the lines. As you can see, some really good chemistry here. We got Marner and Matthews still on the 1st line, playing with Getzlaf, now getting a +3. So I think these 2 are going to do even better. They're already averaging about a point per game. Hopefully they can, start tearing it up. 2nd line there has not changed. 3rd line, Mikheyev, Hyman, and Engvall. So I've actually got Hyman in the middle. I'm wondering, does he have the higher faceoffs? He has 1 higher. Bobby Brink's demoted to the 4th line, playing with Thornton and Marla. So I think that's the youngest guy on the team, playing with the 2 oldest. But they're getting a +1. And he still should get a decent amount of ice time, as he's actually on the 2nd power play unit. Also, as you can see, with Getzlaf, the 1st power play unit now gets a +3. So him being a power forward is just huge for chemistry boost. I'll also show you guys defense with Leddy. As I mentioned, he's on the 2nd pair. We got Dermot Ludgren on the bottom. Justin Hull's actually a healthy scratch for us. Looking at this team on paper, I feel like they're definitely good enough to win the Stanley Cup. We'll see, whether or not we get lucky in the sim now. And the regular season just finished, guys, with a record of 50, 28, and 4, so 104 points, which, as you can see, was good enough to win the division. We actually destroyed it. Next closest team there was the Panthers with 90. So I think those 2 trade deadline acquisitions really worked out, because we were like even with everyone else before, and then we just took off. Matthews there finished over a point per game with 87. We'll see how everyone else did. I think Bobby Brink honestly has like an outside shot at the Calder. Martin there 85, also over a point per game. Nylander 65 is solid. Tavares 60, you'd hope for a bit more than that from a 90. Getzlaf 59, Riley 58, Muzzin 58. That's a really good season for Muzzin, because Riley's a more offensive guy. Bobby Brink 51, 35 goals. Like I said, that could be Calder winning. Mikheyev had 50. He's going to go up in rating, and I think he needs a contract, so he's going to have to get paid. Luckily, Thornton and Marla will be off the books. Again, whole goal basically of the 2nd season is try and win those 2 vets a Stanley Cup. 2 guys that have actually played for Toronto before in real life. Anderson here, 42 and 20, 3 shutouts, .902, 2.92. Not bad. Hutchinson's stats really rough, .86 and a 4. Wow. I think we need a new backup goalie, but luckily for the playoffs, you run your start every game, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. AHL wise, Amirov 49. It seems it's like no matter how good of a guy you have in the AHL, or I shouldn't say how good, but for the most part, even if they're a low 80, like they never go off for some reason. This doesn't really make sense to me. The goalies, I was curious how the 40 or now 49 did. 0.9 to 3.06, like that's not bad. Like his numbers are pretty close to Wool there. He's a 79. The guy's literally 30 overall less than him. Take a look at the entire league here. And Crosby leads in scoring, 102, OV 99, 51 goals. Svechnikov, Hall, Aho, the Carolina first line went off. Eichel, McDavid, Tarasenko. We'll take a look here at defensemen. Shabbat, basically a point per game, good for him. And rookie skaters, Newhook 73. Wow, I thought Brink had a chance, but Newhook's just too good. Raymond 72, Boldy. Actually a really good rookie class this year. And next year, guys, I want to see where we finished the entire league, as we did win the division. And we got, oh, that sucks. We got second. We actually tied the Devils there with 104 points. And we had more wins than them. But they had more regulation plus overtime wins. Are you kidding me? I don't know. So I guess the tiebreaker is regulation plus overtime. But I feel like the tiebreaker should just be wins first. And if that's tied, then you go to the ROW. I feel like we kind of got robbed here of a President's Trophy. That's alright, I guess. 6 teams there with 100 plus. Did anyone sneak in the playoffs? Boston kind of did. 18. So our division really wasn't the greatest, which is kind of why we had such a big lead at the end. And LA gets last there with 68 points. So we'll get started with the playoffs now. Again, I think we looked really, really good from the deadline till now. So hopefully we can kind of keep that momentum going here. And in the first round, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Okay, if you guys missed yesterday's video, I did 18 years of Sims with the Blue Jackets and the Jets, seeing who has the better career between Laine and Dubois. So they have Saad on the team. They brought him back. Play with Domi, Laine, Roslovich, Stepan's on the team now, Texier, Filppula, Nyquist. A little bit of a Red Wing connection there. Okay. Defensively, Renski Jones. They signed Bufflin. Anyone else to the team? Korpisalo, Merzlikin, still the 2 goalies. Okay, so their team's not bad, but like if we're being 100% honest, it doesn't compete with our team at all. So we'll see if EA wants to be nice to us or not. That's basically what's about to happen here. First 2 games are at home in Toronto. And 4-1 win, followed by a 5-0 win. Let's go. 9-1 essentially through the first 2 games. Heading to Columbus, 5-1 win. We're continuing to play well. And 9-5 win. They got a lot of goals there, but so did we. We sweep them. Our AHL team is not in the playoffs again. That's insane. I want to take a quick look. Our AHL team actually had a negative record, 32, 37, and 7. Wow. I thought like they were a pretty good team. They had really good chemistry, some decent players. Tavares there has 9 points in 4 games. We'll see we're playing the second round now. And you know, I was just thinking maybe Tavares heard me call him out, say how he only had 60 points, expect better from a 90 overall. And now he's showing up in the playoffs. Love to see that. So we have the Florida Panthers here. Huberdeau, Barkov, Hornqvist riding shotgun basically on that top line. Tippett, Lundell, Denisenko. They signed Galchenyuk, Granlund, Achari still there. They brought Hala in defensively. Kempney. I think Jules was already on the team. Bobrovsky starting 86. Alright, so Florida's definitely a better team on paper. A bit more depth, a bit more star power there with Barkov and Huberdeau. But again, I like our team better. We'll see what can happen here. We're going to have home ice advantage unless we match up with the Devils, which is nice. So first 2 games against the Panthers here. 5-3, 5-1. So first loss of the playoffs, that's alright. 1-1 series. Just have to get 1 here in Florida. 6-1, 4-3, let's go. Just win one of the next 3 games. We're moving on to the conference final. Let's go. And I mentioned it. We're playing the Devils. So we're not going to have home ice advantage against them, but that's okay. If we can get by them, we'll have in the Stanley Cup final. Tavares is 19-9. Averaging over 2 points per game right now in the playoffs. That's just sick. Take a look at the Devils roster. I'm wondering how they're doing so good, to be honest. Wow. Well, that helps. They signed Ovechkin, 95 overall with 50 goals, whatever. I didn't even notice that when I was looking at the stats. Jack is up to an 88. Holtz is only an 81. Kind of surprising because Raymond starts at same rating, same potential, and Raymond's like at 86 or 88, whatever he was. Brought in Hosang. I feel like Hosang needs to, leave Long Island. Hishier's second line center 89. Bratt, Janssen, an old player of ours. Zaka, Gusev, Wood, Kukin, If Hinder came on the fourth line, it's a pretty good fourth line. Marco Vlasic, they got, so they got two of like the Sharks' biggest contracts. I wonder if they just, I don't remember that trade, whatever it was. So I know, the Devils have a ton of cap space. They could probably actually do something like that in real life. Take one of those guys. Subban still, he's got 1 year left there at $9 million. And then Blackwood's an 85, Smith backing him up. This ain't a bad team. I can see why they won the President's Trophy, but at the same token, like there's a reason we tied them in points and had more wins. We had 50 wins. They did not. They had 48. So it's going to be a good series for sure. So far, we've dropped one game in the playoffs, which is pretty ridiculous. So I think the boys are fired up here. Let's try and get to the Devils, get on that Stanley Cup final. First game, up 4-1. Let's go. Matthews with a couple, Brink, Envil. 6-1, Matthews with the Hattie. And they get a couple there in the third. They show us they're not going to go down without a fight, but we hold on there, game number 1, putting up a big W. So game number 2 now. If we can take both games in New Jersey, that'd be pretty insane, to be honest. Head back to Toronto with a 2-0 series lead. Game 2, up 2-0, Hoffman, Getzlaf. Nothing the second. And 4-1, Tavares, the empty netter, Hoffman. Kane scores for them. So there we go. This team is just on fire right now. I mean, Freddie's playing pretty good as well. I feel like I need to mention that. So let's go. Game 3, we're in front of Toronto fans. They got to be pumped for this. Let's go. 1-1, Sandin, Ovechkin. 2-1, Ovechkin gets another. This might just be the Ovechkin show tonight. And no, third period, we answer back. Hoffman, Tavares, Riley with the empty netter. I thought Ovechkin was just going to put the Devils on his back there, but somehow, some way, the boys came alive in the third period. And we're now going to Game 4, up 3-0 in this series. It's incredible. I see Colorado, Vancouver is the current Western Conference final. Nothing in the first. We're out shooting them, and Tavares, Nylander both get goals. 3-0. Angle adds one more. We sweep the President's Trophy winners in the Devils. Wow, this team is on a run right now. Again, I feel like we're really the President's Trophy winners, but still, the fact we swept them, we're 12-1 so far through the playoffs. We've only dropped one game. Maybe we're trying to tie that Chicago record I had where we went 16-1. I think the record would be like on win percentage 16-2 or something. So the Vancouver Canucks, Peterson, Quinn Hughes, Besser, Horvat, Tavares is averaging 2 points a game still in the playoffs, 26-13. The captain is just playing unreal. So I must have lit a fire under him when I mentioned just the regular season being okay but not great from him. Miller, Peterson, but Colson's up to an 89. They got Furlan on the second line. Third line's okay. Fourth line's okay. Hoglander they should have higher up in the line. Let's see. Myers on the top pair. That's right. They trade for Orlov. Schmidt's still there. Kevin Miller they got in the Orlov trade. Holtby's 86. Demko 84. I mean, this is a good team too. This is a good team for sure. But we are playing some very good hockey. I'm curious to see what the Canucks playoff record currently is. And it's 12-5. So not bad, but it's no 12-1. Let's see what happens here. First game at home. 2-2. I don't like it to be all blue. Godek gets 2 for them. Mikhail and Dermott for us. Hyman gets 1. And we hold on there 3-2. Both 30 shots. Very, very close game. Freddie stands on his head. He plays big for us. I think that might be the difference maker in this series. So here we go. Second game in Toronto. If we can start this series out 2-0. Put us in a pretty comfortable spot. 3-1 for Vancouver. Wow. Schmidt, Besser, Miller, Nylander for us. Ooh, what a second, though. Marner, Hoffman, Tavares, Colson, Vertanen. So it's 5-4. We got a chance for sure. Wow. What a second. We pull within 1, and then both teams just, I guess, play defense in the third period, of the second game. All right, so 1-1 series, heading to Vancouver now. Not too worried. If we can just, take one here, I don't mind a best of 3 with 2 home games. Up 1, Marner. 2-1 now. Schmidt and Hoglander for them. 4-2. Wow. Matthews got 1 there, but unfortunately was not enough. So 3 games into the Stanley Cup final. We lost more games than we did the entire playoffs so far. Go figure. All right, game 4. We need to win this. We can't go down 3-1. 1-1. Frolik for them. Matthews for us. 3-2. It's a close one. Matthews gets a second. Marner, Miller for them. Come on, Matthews, Hattie. Wow. Are you kidding me? Marner gets 1. Pearson, Kopp, Peary. I can't believe we choked that. We're so close. We're so close. Winning a Stanley Cup in our second year would be amazing. I mean, it's not over yet. We're down 3-1. We went 12-1. There's no reason we can't, win 3 straight here. We're heading home here at least. Game 5. 1-0, Nylander. 5-0. The boys are pissed. Brink, Mikhail, Matthews, Muzzin. And 7-1, Marner, Brink hit a couple. Horvat there gets one. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow Freddie to get the shutout, but that's okay. That 7-1 wins a statement. We're not going down without a fight. Now, we do have to go to Vancouver and win. We have to, no matter what. Obviously, it's do or die. Lost the last 2 games in Vancouver. Come on, Game 6, 2-0. Hughes and Miller, both defensemen. 3-1. Season on the line here. We need kind of a miracle. Let's go, Marner. We needed a goal early. A lot of time left. Tavares! Are you kidding me? 3-3. 15 minutes, power play. Keep it going. All right. I mean, Vancouver's shaking, though. We're out shooting them by like 10 shots. Oh, God, Dad. Come on. As Nick Merck would say, God, Daddy. Come on. Let's go, John Tavares, the captain. Second goal of the 3rd period. 4-4. Head to overtime. Okay. Resuming this. 4-4. Who scored? Ryan Getzlaf. I know at the deadline, all I saw was blue, and I wasn't sure if it was Vancouver. No way. The boys stay alive. Okay, I was a little nervous there. Wow. Let's go. I can't believe this. I mean, Game 7. This is what you play for. Stanley Cup Final. At home in Toronto against a Canadian team. East versus West. This would be nuts. First period. 4. Oh my God. What is happening? Each team 4 goals on 12 shots. Peary, Besser, Frolik, and Peterson for them. Letty, Engvall, Thornton, Hoffman for us. Last game goes to OT. This game, 8 goals in the first. What the heck? 6-6. Peterson gets 2. Matthews and Getzlaf. Did Peterson... I don't think he got one in the first. Oh, he did. Never mind. So Peterson's already got a hat trick, but this game is not out of reach. 6-6 game. Stanley Cup's on the line. Mikhail makes it 7-6. What a weird game. These guys are just going all out here. Apparently the goaltenders just said screw it. Matthews 8-6. The weirdest Game 7 of Stanley Cup Final I've ever seen. JT Miller makes it 8-7. If you had the over, you're laughing. I mean, you could double the over probably and you'd be good. 33 seconds left. We're up a goal. We're up a goal. We need to hold on, though. Come on, boys. 98 offense now, by the way, with 93 defense. This team is stacked. So here we go, guys. 1 minute away from being Stanley Cup champions. Currently up a goal. I can't believe 8-7. Like, that's just ridiculous. I was just thinking, too. 1 minute away from Patrick Marla and Joe Thornton finally winning their first Stanley Cup. Both over 40 years old. They've each played 20-plus seasons in NHL. At this point, Marlar's got the record for most games played ever. Thornton's probably top 5. How amazing would it be for them winning it in Toronto at home after being down 3-1, Game 7. I've seen Tavares and Matthews there, currently the goal-scoring leaders in these playoffs. I mean, this would literally... I wouldn't call this a Cinderella story because we're a stacked team, but this would just kind of be like a Hollywood ending or like, basically this is what you'd see in a movie. Like, the team falls 3-1, you got the vets, all hope is lost, and in the final game you got all these goals and let's go. Who was that? Number 18, Ryan Getzlaf. What a pickup. I was saying I was a little bit worried about giving those 2 second-round picks for him, but if we won the Stanley Cup, it was worth it. And pending a collapse here, as we have a 2-goal lead with 19 seconds left, we're winning the Stanley Cup. 5 seconds left here, guys. Martin just brought it in. Matthews in the corner. Let's go. Toronto Maple Leafs took over 50 years. They're finally Stanley Cup champions. Only took us 2 seasons. I mean, we added a few nice pieces. Again, honestly, one of my favorite storylines for this has I love Getzlaf's bald head comes in. I was going to say, one of my favorite storylines has to be Thornton and Marla getting the cup. I hope we get to see at least one of them, skating around with it there. What a team, just stacked top to bottom. And I feel like they can definitely do this again. Young core, led by Matthews, Marner, Nylander. The defense is young. Anderson, has got at least 3 or 4 more years left, I think, of being an elite goalie. And again, down 3-1 here to the Canucks. I thought all hope was lost. That Game 6 OT win. Getzlaf coming up clutch. And there's the captain, the guy that came to play these playoffs, getting the Conn Smythe Trophy. 30 points there. It looks like they actually fixed it, because sometimes it wouldn't show the right amount. 30 points. We were 12-1, then we went to 7. So 30 points in 20 games, I believe, is what he finished with. Pretty nice. And Stanley Cup now, he's going to skate right back out and grab this. Leafs fans have been waiting over 50 years for this. Thornton Marlowe have been waiting about half of that time, which is pretty insane to think about. Marner there. I mean, this shows you can get done with the young core. Again, I can't believe it, honestly. Just couldn't have really wrote it better. The drama we had in the playoffs, looking like Goliath till the final. Somehow we became David, Vancouver became Goliath, but able to pull it out. 47. Who's he give it to first there? You know in real life it's going to be Marla or Thornton. Engvall. Engvall, I'm sure, is a good guy. You do not deserve to be the first one skating with that cup, but there we go. Joe Thornton finally lifts it over his head. Rocking McDavid 97, the beard and everything. I wanted to see that bad. Hopefully he'll give it to Marlo here. That's the third player before the goalie. Thornton is taking the long skate with it. Usually it's like a random guy they give like the extra long skate to, but this one makes sense. Joe Thornton, after 20 plus long years, would definitely take his time with the cup. Now you got Anderson lifting it. Vezina winner last year. I don't think he's winning the Vezina this year, but definitely a big part of that cup win. And here we go, guys. You have the classic Stanley Cup winning team picture. You got the captains in the middle. I love Matthew's stash. Thornton's beard. Marla was out there too. What a team. It was actually 16 total goals there. 9-7 for us. Getzlaf had 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points. And he was the second star of the game with 5 points. They're making us really wait here for this first star. Matthews. 2 goals, 3 assists. The same. 5 points. Must have had the game winner. And look at this, guys. The LA Kings picking first overall. Just 2 years removed from taking Byfield second. They'll be getting Shane Wright unless there's some crazy creative player. Montreal will take Lambert or Savoy. Chicago, the other one. They jump up from 10 to 3. They jumped up huge to get Doc. Now they jump up huge for another stud. That's just unfair. Very curious to see, too, whether or not Marlo and Thornton retire. I feel like it was written to the stars for them. The two of them have to retire together. Like, playing together one final year. You win the cup. Playing for Toronto. How do you not, retire together after that? That'd just be so fitting. I just noticed Nylander had 31 points in the playoffs. I thought Tavares had to have been our playoff scoring leader with 30, so Nylander would have been an unsung hero here. He didn't have as many goals, but 31 points. It's pretty ridiculous. He actually had an extra game-winning goal, too, on Tavares. Getzlaf at 25, so yeah, huge trade deadline acquisition for us. Looks like he actually dropped in rating, but I don't care. He was awesome in the playoffs. Really those top 5 guys. Even Hoffman is almost a point per game for us. Riley has a D-man, 17. What did Anderson's numbers look like? 16 and 4. 2 shutouts, a .91 and 2.74. You definitely cannot complain about that. So, looking at the awards here, Toronto Maple Leafs Stanley Cup Champions. Looks good. We should have been the President's Trophy winners too. I'm still rattled about that. It was actually Devils back-to-back years. Individual awards, we know Crosby got the Art Ross there. You also got the Hart. Shabak got the James Norris. Terry Vine there gets the Lady Bing. Alex Newhook Calder, I figured he went off. Tavares, Conn Smythe. Ranta got the Vezina. He also got the William Jennings Trophy. Hamnick on Detroit gets Bill Masterton. Columbus coach gets the Jack Adams. O'Reilly, Selke. Crosby, Ted Lindsay. And then Ovechkin there got the Maurice Richard. I think I forgot to check, but I believe he had like 51 goals. AHL here. Again, we don't make the playoffs, but that's okay. I'll take the Stanley Cup over, 5 Calder trophies. Corey Perry, most points there. Carpenter MVP. Perry also had most goals. He's just tearing up the AHL. Beniers, outstanding rookie, so he'll be sick for, who is Springfield now? I don't think it's Ford anymore. I don't like when the AHL teams move around. Seabrook, best D-man. Lankinen, best goalie. Lewis, MVP of the playoffs. Real sportsmanship. Blue just there, community involvement. And Devin Levi actually had the lowest goals against playing for Ontario Reign, so that's pretty cool. I obviously made him after the World Juniors. We'll sim now to the draft. We'll see the retired players. Also, before I forget, quick look here at the playoff tree. So Vancouver there beat Flames in 6, Blues in 5, Avs in 6. We swept the Blue Jackets, Panthers in 5, swept the Devils, and then came back from 3-1 to beat the Canucks in 7. Just like Cleveland versus Golden State, you gotta love it. Now I'm curious to see, do Thornton and Marla retire? Because if they do, it'd be a storybook ending. So let's see. Patrick Marleau does. 1,887 games played, again, for sure. Has the record for most career games played ever. But Thornton does not, because he would have been right behind him. Instead, it's Corey Perry. So, wow. Patrick Marleau says, that's good for me. I'll call it quits. Joe Thornton's still hungry. He wants another one. I don't know if I bring him back, though. I might have to be like, you know what? Jumbo Joe, you probably should have just retired with Marleau. And there you go. Shane Wright is the first overall, followed by Savoy at 2, Lambert 3. So they have no creative players, or if they do have them, they're not better than those top 3 guys. So, yeah, LA going to be getting Shane Wright, which is pretty ridiculous, as they already have Quentin Byfield, Alex Turcotte, tons of other good young players. Now, there's a price to pay for success. Our first pick's not until the 5th round. I'm not sure if there's anyone I have that I'm not going to be bringing back that's on a expiring deal. I'm thinking maybe Mike Hoffman, Marla was one, but he retired. Look at Jake Muzzin's value. 86 overall, making 5.5 for the next 3 years. It's almost the max. I might have to trade Muzzin. I assume he's going to go up in overall, which is why that value is there. As much as I like him, we could get a stud for that. So right now, guys, offering the Wright to Nicolai to St. Louis for a 4th rounder. Trade's rejected. I kind of figured that his value is not that great, but we only have, I think, a 5th, a 6th, and 2 7ths. So really any pick we can get would be good. I don't know, they have to have some value when you're trading these guys, like the Wrights. How does it have less than a 7th? There you go, but like I said, I know I'm not going to bring him back, so might as well get something. And next you guys are trying to get Peyton Krebs from the Vegas Golden Knights. I noticed he's on the block. Good prospect. 21 years old, already 77 overall, medium top 6. I'm offering up Justin Holl here, who we actually had scratched in the season after we got Nick Leddy. 81 overall, making 1.8. It's not a great contract, not a bad contract. Hoffman's basically the signing rights. We're going to be in cap hell pretty much. We got to get rid of somebody. They like Bowie, he's just an AHL top pair guy. Plus a 5th round pick to kind of smooth it over. Hopefully it goes through. But I was just trying to show you guys here, looking at our defense. We have to re-sign Riley. He's going to go from 4.8 to like 9. Muzzin luckily is locked up. Sandin and Liljegren both need new contracts. Dermott luckily is locked up. Same with Hanola, who's actually making $900K for 3 years. He'll be the one that's taking Hull's spot. He's the same rating, but much younger. So we'll see if they do this for Krebs. It helps us out in terms of salary, plus we get a really good prospect. Wow, so I think that's a great trade for us. Alright guys, next try to make a tough decision. I'm going to trade away Zach Hyman, simply because making almost $4 million, he's 83 overall, so he's a bottom 6 guy for us. And we need cap space to re-sign Riley, Sandin, Liljegren, Mikheyev, potentially Getzlaf. Also adding a couple defensemen here. They're not really the greatest prospects, 2370, and then I think the other one's 2372. So like, they're probably going to end up being a high 70. But Dallas wants both. Thomas Harley here is really a good young defenseman, 20 years old, 77 overall. If we can get him from this package, it's a great trade for us. Wow. Yeah, Dallas says yes. I think that's a couple of really nice trades made out the draft. And like I was saying, guys, our first pick is until the 5th round, pick number 155. So we'll sim to that now. Got my trades out of the way. I think, like I said, made some pretty good moves there. So Shane Wright did go first overall, 83 medium franchise. Savoy 76 high elite, Lambert 76 high elite. I'm not sure why. Wright's a similar rating to those guys, just has higher potential. So I guess just the franchise potential makes him grow that much more. I wish these guys would be like, you know, at least 78, 79 with Wright being an 83, but whatever, you can't really control that. Computer created guys, I guess most people are. Like Gaucher or Gaucher, 71 medium top 6. I thought his draft year was 2021. I guess I'm wrong. McCallum there, 70 medium top 6. And okay, so overall, like the top of the draft's obviously stacked. We'll see if we can get a nice pick here. I noticed there's a gem we can get a 6th round pick. Guaranteed, I think, low elite. Yeah, this Bukestad guy, but he almost for sure will still be there with our next one. So might as well, you know, swing for the fences. Scouts like Forrest. He's a goalie. 50-50 medium elites. I mean, whatever. We can't have too many good goalies. And as you can see, he's got medium backup potential. Someone said you don't have to go all the way back. You can just use the right stick. That's tough. And this is insane, guys. Apparently, I looked at the numbers wrong. I thought we could get the gem low elite with our next pick. We got medium backup over a low elite. What are you going to do, though? We won the Stanley Cup. We can afford a few mistakes. So hopefully we can make it up here. 50. We'll take this guy. He's actually ranked. Kip Bruce. Kind of a cool name. Medium bottom 6. Not doing too good so far with our picks, but they are late picks, so, you know, just swinging for the fences each time. Hopefully that 50-50 low elite. We'll take Hope here. Rocky Hope's also a pretty cool name, to be honest. Medium bottom 6. Yikes. Alright, well, the good thing is we picked up Peyton Krebs and Thomas Harley in this draft. Both guys were on the Canadian World Junior team. Both sick prospects. Goalie there, 50-50 medium starter. This guy's like a pretty much guaranteed medium top 9. Maybe could eventually be a 4th liner for us. Henry Bird. Another kind of cool name. Medium bottom 6. Alright, bit of a waste of a draft, but like I said, the trades were good, and we got the cup. So we're at the re-sign phase here, guys. We have just under $23 million in cap space. I'm hoping that's enough to bring everyone back. Obviously, after winning the Stanley Cup, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Riley there wants 8.9. So I thought he asked for 9. That was pretty close. We'll try 8.25 here to start. Hopefully, we just won the cup. You know, he's been with us since the start of his career. He'll take a bit of a discount. Getzlaf would like to come back. 37. It'll be depend on the price. $4 million for 2 years. That's honestly not bad, even if he drops like an 83. I'm thinking maybe a 1-year deal on him. Mikheyev, I'd like to bring in 5.4 though for an 84. That's kind of expensive, especially when we got Bobby Brink there. Engvall, 83. What's he want? 2.5. That's a lot more reasonable. Again, so we'll offer 2.25. Mikhaev's only, what, 1 overall higher. He wants double than Engvall. Sandin here, what's he going to ask? 4.6 or 4? Pretty similar ask to Dermott. Let's try doing 4x4. It'll probably be a little cheap. Probably end up accepting around 4.2. Mirov's down 82. That's huge. So a lot of growth, just like Brink, but about a year later. Joe Thornton, I can't believe it. Let's see what he wants. 1.45. I mean, just, you know, for the memes, for the cause, I'll do 1.2. He can be the 4th line center for us. Honestly, we might not even need him. Liljegren, 3.6 for 3. Hasn't really proved. I'm gonna go with the cheaper deal. We can basically give him Thornton's money after this, and he hasn't really proved it. I'm gonna offer him like, I don't know, 1.6. Probably say yes for 1 year. Nick Batan, 79, wants to be on the team. There's a chance he makes our 4th line, so I'll do that 750K. Looking at our goalies here, guys. Hutchinson really didn't have the greatest stats last year, so I can let him go. And then Wool's only an overall below, but he's 23. He's still growing. 750K for 2 years. I'm gonna try and do 3 years for 800K, because if he gets to like an 80, that's honestly such a great contract. We will need an AHL starter though. Volpatty there, 51, just not good enough. So advancing the day, see who says yes and or whatnot. Thornton says no. I thought that was pretty fair. Riley says no. Engvall though is coming back. Same with Sandin. Senishin obviously did some AHL deals. Nick Batan, Brooks there. Liljegren says yes. That's the 1 year at like 1.6. Wool said yes. So we have a backup goalie now. Even if he's a 79, 800K for 3 years is just so cheap. Most backups are about 1.5 if you sign out of free agency. We now have 17.9 million. We'll try like 8.4 on him. Kaya, like I said, 84 overall, wanting 5.5. Probably a bottom 6 guy for us because Marner, Matthews, Tavares, Nylander, that's 4. I have to have Brink in the top 6. And honestly, Amirov's probably going to be in the top 6 because he's younger. I can't pay 5.5 million for a guy in the bottom 6. Plus, I'm thinking if I save that money and then also don't bring Getzlaf back, although it's tough because like I'm thinking if I could have $10 million in free agency with Getzlaf with the power forward. We won the cup with him on that top line. He did play really well in the playoffs. Maybe he'll do, if he does 1 year for 3.5, I think that's the max I'll go. I'm going to take him back. And there we go. Getzlaf's coming back to Toronto. Thornton still says no. Same with Riley. Okay, can try 8.5 for Riley there. And there we go. He signed. So leaves us 7.5 million. Honestly, Thornton's kind of annoying me at this point. He's our 9th best forward. We have 10 guys that are 80 plus. We have enough money though to sign at least 2. I think Batan, Anderson, Senishin, one of those guys probably grows to an 80. Honestly, I feel like we did our job. We got him and Marla a Stanley Cup. He should have retired with Marla. I'm going to let him go. I feel like he should have retired. I want to have $7.5 million for free agency. As if there's a star available, we definitely have a chance to sign them. And we're on the free agency period, guys. Like I was saying, there's some star players available. Philip Forsberg, Johnny Gaudreau, Zibanejad. I have follows apparently 85 now. Bergeron a 90 there. Olofsson, Letang. Couturier didn't resign at the Flyers. Stahl, Burakovsky. So let's actually sort this by overall. We got 7.5 million. We could get Chris Letang. Put him on the top pair with Riley. That'd be pretty nuts. Although our defense, I think, is fine. And like I've mentioned, it's young, it's growing. Couturier would be good. I don't know. Like, you got to go for somebody. I guess, really, we can only afford Couturier and Letang. Couturier, if we put him at 3rd line center, we have the best 3 centers in the entire NHL. And it's not even close at all. Ristolainen, we could add to our defense. But, like, our defense was good enough to win a cup. Could bring Kadri back. I think maybe we try and do that if we can't get Couturier. Parayko's also an option too. Josh Manson there. Like, that's actually pretty good value for 85s. I'm asking for about 5 million. And looking at goaltenders here just out of curiosity. Really nothing too crazy. So I'm going to do 2 ways. Sort by potential. Stuart Skinner. Is he an RFA? UFA, 23.79. Well, that'd be the perfect AHL starter for us. And I mean, he could even be an NHL backup. That's actually what happened in the Chicago series. That works out really well. Happy with that. We'll also take a look at all skaters here for 2-way. Stanika, is he? Oh no, he's RFA, but 23.79. We gotta make an offer. Paka here, 24.77. Medium top 6. Not sure why Anaheim doesn't want him. Ryan Poehling, 23.78. Low top 6. He's a guy, honestly, that could push into the 4th line depending on how he grows over the summer. Make an offer on Kale Clegg, assume LA matches, but you never know. Kapitanov here, 1947, low top 4. This is basically a signed trade because he'll probably never grow that much. Mikey Anderson, though, 2375. It's not a bad player, low top 4 potential. Same with Emil Bemstrom here, 2379, medium top 9. Again, we might need some guys like this, cheap two-way guys. Filling out the 4th lines, basically the perfect candidate. And like I was saying, guys, I feel like if Couturier is available, we have to swing for the fences here and try and sign the best player in free agency. The dude's won a Selke. I'll give him our max offer, and if we get him, that's awesome. If not, there's tons of other players available. Could even go after defense, although like I said, I'm pretty confident in our young defense, not super confident, but I mean, they only have to play 2nd and 3rd pair because we got Riley Muzzin holding down the top. Kapitanov there, accept the offer. That's nice. One of the two-way guys. So Nick accept the offer as of now, but Bruins will probably match. Bemstrom, so there we go. Either be 4th line for us or AHL. Mikey Anderson. Clegg will probably get matched. Paling. Stuart Skinner. So we have a couple options now for backup. Kopaka. I feel like some really nice signings here. I'd rather just honestly see the prospects there than the picks. I just remember too, Jake Muzzin. I want to check his trade value and see whether or not it's still crazy. It is still crazy. Oh my gosh, he's in 86. I'm probably going to make a move with this and try and flip him along with maybe honestly Gunther or Clark for an absolute stud to play on the right side of Riley. And as we expected, Boston matches the offer on Stanika. Couturier rejects, didn't offer him enough money. We gave him the best offer we could, so can't really feel bad about it. Clegg, they're also staying with LA. So let's see who's still available. We kind of got taken out 5 days there. Bergeron's still there. Eric Stahl, 7 point. I'd much rather Couturier for that price. Burakovsky, Radulov, Pavelski. Hayden Fleury, I'm assuming he's an RFA. He is. We don't have our 2nd round pick. Kadri. I think Leafs fans would love this if I did bring him back. I don't think the Avs have won a cup, so we could try and get Kadri a cup. No team's interested. Okay, I don't know if this is the right play, but I'm gonna do it basically for the Leafs fans. I'll do 5-5-5 for 3 years. That might have been a bit much. I probably should have done 2. I just sized 31, but whatever. We should be okay. And look at that, guys. Kadri returns to Toronto. I feel like Leafs fans gotta love that. I know he's a fan favorite. So our team is looking pretty good now. I feel like we made some really nice cheap signings before that. Still have 2.6 million in cap space. I'm thinking I'll wait a month and see if there's any like really cheap good deals we can get. So I waited a month, guys. Unfortunately, there's really no steals here anymore. I guess Joel Armia, 80 overall, wants 750K. He'd actually kind of be perfect for the 4th line. I'll definitely sign him there to 1 year. Other than that, though, Yarncrocs, whatever. Fleury's an RFA. We'll have to go up like picks to get him. Riley Smith, that's like $1 million off. Pavelski, that's about fair. Bergeron's came down $1 million. I don't know how he's still a free agent. We actually could have signed him instead of Kadri with our extra money. The worry is he's 90 overall at 37 years old. By the time the season starts, maybe he's like an 87, but still, that'd be a pretty good player to have. Alright, guys, I'm now trying to make a blockbuster trade at the Panthers, offering Jake Muzzin, who's got increased value, and Brandt Clark for Aaron Ekblad. I mean, Muzzin's a good defenseman now. Brandt Clark's a really good defenseman for the future. Aaron Ekblad, though, Morgan Riley on the top pair would just be insane. So we'll see what Florida says here. Value's way on our side. Trades rejected. Value just isn't up to snuff. Honestly, I'm like, this could make us a dynasty. I think Ekblad signed for 3 more years. Clark won't be quite good enough then. I'll do the safe thing and trade the 2024 first just in case. What a package. Come on. Wow. Do we do 2 first-round picks, Clark and Muzzin for Ekblad? Is that worth it? I mean, technically on hard, so like they're making it tough to trade. We'll do the risky here. 2023 first and 2024 second. Oh my goodness. I mean, if the firsts are late, Ekblad's a huge upgrade on Muzzin. Clark might not ever get as good as Ekblad. And we just won the cup. Why not try and keep winning? This is my best offer. If they say no to this, then fine. Wow. Yeah, not even worth it. And now, guys, I'm trying to trade Muzzin and Clark for McAvoy. McAvoy's only 87 overall, but he's medium elite, so he could definitely get up to a 90. You can see Muzzin's 86, 1 less, but he's 33. He'll stay that rating or go lower, so Clark there. Again, similar to Florida. They got their guy for now, got their guy for the future. We're trying to win now. Clark's going to be at least, a few years out. See what Boston says to this. Wow. Trade accepted. Okay. Charlie McAvoy's a Leaf. Also, guys, Joel Armia accepted our offer there, which is nice. Alright, guys, so it's now the fall, so I'm going to show you the team going into next season. Very excited to see if we can go back-to-back here. First line's the same as we ended it. Marner, Matthews, and Getzlaf getting that +3. Second line's now Nylander playing with Tavares and Bobby Brink at a +1. Amirov, Kadri, and Engvall on the third line, also +1. Then Armia, Paline, and Robertson there on the fourth line. So actually a couple former Canadians. Pretty good looking forward group, I think. Defensively, Riley, McAvoy, top pair. McAvoy only gets a +1 playing with Riley, but he's younger. I think he'll end up being a 90. Sandin, Dermott down the second, Hanola, Liljegren on the third. If I were to go like this, which makes more sense rating-wise, we get a -1. Goaltending, Anderson starting now at 86, which seems a bit dumb that he drops. Skinner, though, good sign for us, 81 backup, which actually worked out really well. His Hull's still a 79 in the AHL. You guys can see Harley there on that top pair. I feel like he'll be breaking the NHL pretty soon. He already has 79. You also got Patan there, 79. Krebs in the AHL. A lot of 70s, really good chemistry, +3 on the first line. And like I mentioned, Wool 79. Volpatty, he's our elite guy. Already a 60 at 19. So playing him backup opposed to not playing him, I think definitely helps. Again, we have those low-rated goalies. You got to make sure they get some ice timer. They're just never going to grow. So we'll see what our offense, defense, goaltending ratings are heading into next year. And 96 offense, 91 defense, 85 goaltending. So pretty good team, I'd say. I don't think our stats were quite this high at the beginning of last season, but they actually were higher after the deadline acquisitions. So we'll see how this team does. I think we definitely have a chance to go back-to-back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I thought that was a lot of fun. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, hit that sub button. Happy watching or subscribe. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.